everybody, welcome to Northwood Farms vlog, entry number 179 or 180. I'm Emma.
I'm Michael.
And it is November 4th, 2016.
And this is Nicholas.
And he's 3, so show him your teeth. He has adorable little baby teeth. So he's just a tiny bit undisciplined. How many rides has he had, Michael?
Well, now it's 14.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Because he was started in Dayton, not this year, but last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was going to say, it's kind of fun to ride him, because often when I'm riding, stand in here, buddy. Often when I'm riding with Buck, I'm either on a colt or, a horse that's been kind of challenging for someone, often physically out of balance, or on my horse. So it's a little past that beginning phase on Nicholas here, and it's been kind of neat. Had some questions for Buck specific to this stage in a horse's development.
Yeah, and he's pretty fancy too.
Yeah, he's spectacular.
Yeah.
Big, as you can see, and
we kind of have him standing in the background.
Yeah, he's towering over Emma.
It's so interesting, to feel all the different horses. And I wanted to mention something that Buck and I kind of talked about yesterday, which was because on Jack's I was thinking of how interesting it is to feel new things, and how even if you were to jump in and ride somebody else's bridle horse, you would be missing the comparison of what they felt like as a snaffle bay horse or as a colt. So as they develop, and of course I'm thinking a little bit physically, like developing biomechanically, what, how their stops are, how their transitions are, how you can feel the hind legs, those kinds of things as they get stronger, more developed. Then even if you got on, let's say Rebel, if I got on Rebel, I would feel some cool stuff, but it's still not going to be the same as if you made that horse yourself. So,
Nicholas is being a pest, but
we kind of knew he would be a little bit, but we had to get him in anyway.
He's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I missed that conversation, but,
Yes, just say yes. Just say yes.
Yes, exactly what she said. I was distracted by this horse, but my takeaway has been, I've been thinking a lot lately about the float and how important that is. And one thing that's come up with Nicholas here is I realized, it dawned on me that the float can come in there really early, and that, well, of course it comes in there early, but your ability to get a soft feel carrying depends on your kind of timeliness and skill at putting a float in the rein. So I asked Buck, I said, really, how long is it after you get that horse giving immediately that you're putting the float in there and asking him to carry it? Probably quite a while. Yeah. And he said, well, if you're pushing a float right away, as soon as they're giving immediately, you're asking them to carry it, pushing that float for every moment where it's nice and light. He said just as long as you don't carry it too long, and then you're having to wait again. So somehow that eluded me up till now, and I think that's going to be huge, especially, like I said, in this stage. The first few days on a colt, you are releasing for every give, the moment they give, but then you have to pretty early on start asking them to carry it and push that float. So
do you think because he's so talented and because he's so natural that it gave you an opportunity?
Oh yeah, because I mean, he already had a pretty good response to the soft field, just given he had a good start there in Dayton, and Linda's done a nice job with him in the few rides he had. So yeah, I could get right to it.
Yeah. I was actually talking to Nathan this morning about stacking, because I was talking about two things: the poofiness of the rectangle.
Okay, that's a new one.
I know it's new, but we'll talk about it later. The poofiness of the rectangle and the difference between that and really stacking the skeleton over the hind legs. And I noticed that Buck just came out of the bus and is going to get on his horse.
So we gotta run.
We gotta go.
Because I haven't warmed this horse up at all, and he's a bit of a squirrel at first. So.
Yeah. So we hope you guys have a good week going forwards. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.